Hi everyone, hope you're well. I'm Ian Matthews and this is Tango Tasters. Going to be following on again from the previous session. I'm going to use what I call active sessions or active elements within sessions to make our PowerPoints and our new Tango sessions with PowerPoints pop even further. It's going to be a case of layering things like sounds, it's going to be a case of layering maps and moving elements like images into areas in a sort of magician's what's in my sleeve approach. Hopefully that will make the learners continue to invest in what we're going on to talk about rather than having read it really quickly and then just turning off as they go. So I'm going to jump straight into page 4 of a session that I've produced previously. This is a blitz session in effect. This is a background of an Anderson shelter, and down the left hand side of the screen what you'll be able to see are boxes that I have placed on top of the background and numbers which I've placed on top of the boxes, and then videos which I've placed on top of the numbers. The only thing I've done differently to the videos, however, is to play with the transparency. So I'll show you what I mean by, if I unpin this and move it out, there goes the transparency under content. By doing that you can see that I've got a video lying in there as well. I've taken a video from YouTube of people talking, just a crowd video, and by placing that over here, when I then play that video, when I play that video, it's going to just effectively give us the sound, and by putting that sound in, it's going to go in different stages, hopefully with the rest of these, to create a far more dynamic experience. If I press the first one here, there you are, there's the sound of people. The next thing I'm going to place over it is the sound of an air raid siren. Followed by it's quite a lot, isn't it? By doing that, what we're hoping to achieve is to create this sense of an event, an environment, you know? Having all that stuff at once, we are allowing the senses to work in coordination with what we're trying to achieve. By asking learners what an Anderson shelter may have felt like without something like that, it might not be as full on as what would be experienced there. Empathy is the biggest key to me in that respect. We want to be using the empathy of the learners to try and figure out how a situation may have actually been, as opposed to me just telling them how it was. The next page then allows me to follow on from that by saying, well, okay, where are places were bombed in Britain? The map function within Tango allows me to look at different places. So as I start zooming in, and it starts our internet catches up with itself, we can look at where I'm from. Hull was very heavily bombed. And we can ask why. Change the map type to aerial. And actually, if you think of the curvature of the Earth and where the bases were in Germany and Denmark, a lot of it was being dropped over here as they were heading towards places like Coventry and London. So Hull got bombed partly because it was a case of getting back to Germany and they needed to get rid of all the ordnance so there was enough fuel to get back to the bases. Again, kind of boring. Instead, what I can do is, if I unpin this thing that's been hidden at the side, this is a letter that I managed to find from one of the museums in Hull, where students of local schools were asked to write about what their experiences during the Blitz was actually like. We have this, and just like the previous session where we can start snapping bits and pieces out of this, we can get learners to write different elements on it, do their own, send it in comparisons and so on. And even if they needed a bit of extra help, we can bring then another video in alongside that to show some actual scenes of what it would have been like during that time in Hull. If you're not from the area, some of these images might not be immediately obvious to you, but you can look at areas of the city in totally this array. That's when this starts to make sense alongside this, alongside the Anderson shelter experience that the kids may have had, and they can then really write what it was that they've experienced during our session. Hopefully that's shown you about how we can, not only move from the upgrading, if you like, of a PowerPoint session through to the example with the film noir, but now into the actual effect it's having on our learners. If you do have any questions, as always, please get in touch, and if you've got examples of your own, feel free to send it. This has been Tango Tasters.